All right, what's going on? Morning, evening, whenever you watch. How's everybody in the YouTube world doing today? So it's been a week. Last video I did, I think, was hey Junior, was last Saturday when I went and exercised a little bit. I videoed that. I've actually been doing pretty good this week doing my exercises. Was really busy at work. Had a lot going on at work. Had to stay down in Jackson one night. But I got my bow all put together and I'm fixing to shoot a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you what, before I shoot, it is like 101, 102 degrees, something like that. It is brutal hot out here. So I worked over around Columbus, was it Monday? Yeah, today is Saturday. Monday afternoon, went over to Dr. Jones's, saw him, got my shots in my shoulder, or shoulders. Got one cortisone shot in the left, one cortisone shot in the right. But it's been rough. So I have not shot all week, of course, because I just been trying to get my shoulders, my mobility. They actually feel pretty good. You know, I think I told y'all in the last video, I've been exercising a lot. I've been trying to work out a little bit. So today's gonna be the first day that I really get out here and just start shooting. But I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to it. You know, I got upstairs a while ago. Aiden was up there studying, and I got all my stuff, cause my bow, I'll go over here and get my bow. You know, it's apart and in the case. So I'll put it over here kind of on the gas tank. I mean, it really ain't nothing to it. My sight, of course, I don't ever take it out of there. So with the V3X, obviously Matthew started the bridge lock technology. So if you look there in the past, and there's still places there, you can, you know, sights have always gone on the outside of the riser. So right there and right there. But with the bridge lock technology, Mathews put the sight, and this is a true ball that Mathews puts their name on. It goes in the center of the riser. It cuts down on a ton of vibration in the sights, because you have so many more points of contact all around that sight. So I love the bridge lock. I got the 5-pin 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 version of that. It is micro adjust here, okay? So loosen that up there, and you can move your left and right, and then loosen this up here, and then that's your up and down, okay? And then you can also, with this sight, what I really love, and I'll try to show you this. If you look in there, so there's the 20, 30. So I'll show you how it goes. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, okay? Whichever one you loosen, if you look at that knob right there, that's the only one that'll move. So if you all remember, like the good old days when you were trying to move or adjust sights, then your pin would move more or less than you wanted it to. So say I want to loosen my 20, I loosen that top screw, and then I turn this and it micro adjusts each individual pin. And the only one that moves is the one that's loose. So I really like that. Also, it has this shade here, makes them brighter. See how they're getting brighter? Because it lets more light in on those fibers there. If I roll it up, watch, they get darker. When I roll it around, watch them, they get really bright. So love the sight. That's my good luck necklace, one of Aiden's baseball necklaces he had. I used to have it on the bottom of my riser, hanging down here, and it kind of dinged around a little bit, but I put it up here and put a little drop of glue on it so it won't go anywhere. Pick a spot. I'm always remembered right before I shoot to pick a spot. So probably for, I don't know, I'm 51. Ever since I started shooting the Mathews, I have always run Mathews 2-piece quiver, and I just love the two-piece quiver. And when I say two-piece quiver, it attaches here on the riser and then here on the riser. So, and I mean, so I shot a tight spot after I got away from the Mathews two-piece quiver. And the main reason why, on Mathews quiver, you know, the older style that rolled in and rolled out, I sold hundreds, maybe even thousands of them. But what I didn't like, the hood was here and the gripper was about right here. So you had all this air down here that was out and rattled around. I don't take my quiver off when I shoot. So if you look at the profile, now you have the Mathews hood way up here. You have the Mathews gripper way down here on the two-piece quiver. And you only have, if you look, that much air sticking out. So they don't rattle, you don't notice the vibration. Mathews has the new one-piece quiver also that has that same length that, you know, it's really easy on and off. And I almost went with this, but Mathews sent me this bow whenever the V3X come out. So, you know, this is kind of the way I wanted to build it. I love, if you look here, I mean, look how, which let me stand it up. I mean, look how perfect it fits the limb, and then look how tight it is. I mean, the inside of the quiver is almost inside the limb. So love that. With my bad shoulders, you know, these bows come in, so you can get, they have 70-pound limbs. You can get 60-pound mods, 70-pound mods, 60s, 65, 70, 75s. To my knowledge, this is the only 50-pound V3X that they have made. They were super cool 2 years ago. Made me this, it's got 50-pound limbs on it. Actually, I think they put, I can't remember what, maybe 60-pound mods. If my shoulders feel good, I may put some 65s just to get to 55, or 70s just to get to 60. But I'm gonna wait and see how I like it, how it shoots, how my shoulders feel before I decide to do that. So this stabilizer, on my YouTube videos, people always pick at me about my stabilizers. And I know, yes, there's lots more stabilizers out there. This is an old V-bar stabilizer. You know, so you have your stabilizer and then you have a set of V-bars that come off a tournament bow. This is a V-bar Dad had. I don't know what that thing weighs, but it is super light. It's super dead. I have had it on so many bows. And so I just for old time's sake, never have taken it off. This is the Scott Wildcat. This is kind of the original. I think they have, I know they do, because I saw them. They have a Wildcat 2 now. But man, me and this release have been all over. It's a great release. I like the nylon strap better than I do the solid connector. The reason I like that nylon strap is because it'll flop down out of my way. I can still use my hands really well. This old strap, I mean, it has been a tried and true great release. Now I'll tell you something I've changed that I hadn't ever done until I got this bow, or hadn't done in a long time. So obviously, whenever we agreed, you know, that he was gonna send me one of these bows, he's always picked at me about my Whisker Biscuit. I always loved the Whisker Biscuit. I think a Whisker Biscuit is one of the most accurate rests out there. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about it. It's bulletproof, if you will. And I have just always loved and enjoyed shooting the Whisker Biscuit rest. But he said, hey, you got to get rid of that Whisker Biscuit and you got to put on one of our rest. So he sent me the Ultra Rest Mathews branded Integrate. I think it's the Integrate MX. It's micro adjust as well. Really good rest. The one thing I wasn't sure about, you know, and I sold a bunch of these rests, is it actually goes on the dovetail. If you can see it there, see the dovetail there. Let me let this rest down. You can actually see the dovetail there, versus putting it in the cushion plunger hole, which has always been here. I don't know, it just seems to be a little sturdier that way, but this will be my third elk trip with this bow. No, second elk trip. Let's see, third elk trip with this bow. And I've had no trouble with it whatsoever. So that's my rest. And then that knot's a little bit loose. Outside of that, the limb legs, I think they have some new limb legs, maybe for the lift. I don't know if it's the same, if these engage, the original limb legs are the same on the phase 4, but I mean, I don't ever take those limb legs off. You see it there. I mean, it's not going anywhere. Super sturdy. I hunt with it on there, and if you look, it just keeps the cam off the ground. It's not in the dirt. If you don't have a set of limb legs on your bow, even if you don't have a new Mathews, there's people that make limb legs that go inside the limbs, hook on the limbs. You'll be glad you got them. Now, I got all kind of other little stuff, you know, like I showed y'all the cross, I showed y'all the pick a spot. I am really funny about the, you know, I got moleskin all over this riser. I need to put a little piece. You hear that? I don't like that. Elk, a deer could really hear that. So I need to put me a piece right there. That's the first time I've noticed that. I mean, as soon as I get in a tree, I cock this rest, or especially when I'm elk hunting, it stays cocked all the time. But I like putting that moleskin around the edges. I'll tell you what you have to be careful of too. So you see that? I mean, that is tight right there. So if my arrow was a little bit bigger, or for some reason this bow tuned more out, then you would have to be careful. I mean, that arrow would hit right there, and it might not let that rest fall, but I'm pretty OCD about that. My peep sight there, isn't that a pretty serving job? Got a good bit of wax and stuff on them. Anyway, I'll kind of get it apart and I'll clean it up good. It's really, when I got home with it last year after my elk trip, of course I cleaned it up, and I bow hunted a little bit last year. I'm gonna try to bow hunt more this year than what I did last year. But I mean, that's just kind of my overall elk setup. We'll go over some of the other gear, like my vest and the clothes I take and the boots and all that I take, but I'm gonna start shooting some and hope I feel good. So y'all say a prayer for me. Let's see how it works. So probably gonna hurt, but we'll see how it does. At 20 to start with. Not so bad. Whew. Not bad. So, let me get y'all turned around here. I mean, that's 4 shots, and it has definitely, so thank you, Jesus, been way, way, way worse before than what it is right now. You just never know how it's gonna be and how it's gonna do or what. But I mean that's 20 yards. Decent. I mean, I'll take it. Of course, at 20, I mean, you ought to be able to do that. But for the first time, and probably what I'll do, probably what I always do. I mean, I don't shoot over, heck, 8-10 times, maybe an afternoon until I kind of start getting it in shape. I don't want to overdo it, but and it's funny, folks that are new to the channel may not know. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries on my right, 1 shoulder surgery on my left. My right one don't bother me shooting a bow near like my left one does. Holding that left one out and pulling against it, I mean, it hurts really, 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 really bad. So, but it's better. So, just keep doing my rubber bands and keep shooting a little bit. I got a month, to get in shape and be good. And hey, practice a little bit. I don't have to shoot but once when I get out there. So, I mean, I'll take it. Take it. So, not all bad for the first time shooting. And I'm gonna be honest, it really don't hurt. I'm just trying to think back from all the years that I've been dealing with the whole hurt shoulder thing. It's really not near as bad this time as what it normally is. And that's what I told Dr. Jones this morning, actually. What was it, this morning? Yeah, so we were supposed to go do some exercising together, go do some walking together. Didn't get to go, and that's what I said. I said, hey, I'm fixing to shoot my bow, but they really do. I mean, it didn't have that cracking, popping, but now the shots, and I hope I didn't get the shots a little too early. The shots make a big difference, a big, big difference. But they were probably sore this time from the shots than what they normally are also. But he said too, hey, when we get that medicine in there and get it in a good spot, then, sometimes it hurts worse. I tell you what I'm thinking about. This is the this will be my 3rd year on these strings. I am debating on getting a new set of strings and cables. I don't know, because I mean, even after a day I shot 4, 8, 12 times, I'll probably shoot 4, 8 more times before I go in this afternoon. It's shooting really good. And if you look at it, I mean, the strings, the cables, everything's in really, really, really good shape. You know, look at my center serving there. That looks really good. Main thing, they just need a little wax on them. But I got some wax upstairs, but everything looks really good. I have it backed off too, about that much. So I think by the time it gets time for Dad and I to go, I should be able to put some more weight on it. Anyway, I'm gonna get everything together. I'm gonna put everything. What I probably do, I do a lot, especially when the weather's good like this, I'll just leave it hanging out here on the deck. And if you look, so that's where you come out on our deck, and then right there's my target. So about 25 yards. So I can go right there. I leave it hanging there, and I'll shoot like one arrow every couple of hours, you know, tomorrow. But every time I walk outside, I just shoot one time. And you know, if you think about it, we all practice shot after shot after shot, but you only get one whenever you hunt. So anyway, I'm going to debate on the whole string and cable thing. I'm going to see what kind of lead time it is. Call my guy at Mathews, check on getting one. We'll go to church tomorrow. I'm starting to get my gear out, get my gear together. I'll do a couple of videos on that, and that'll kind of help pass the time. That'll kind of help you guys pass the time until we get ready to go to an elk hunt. But until then, appreciate y'all following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. Have a good one. Elk season 2024. Be here before you know it.